Howdy, howdy, howdy. We got one more minute. Yay. Hey, it is Paige Cahill. I'm actually a national trainer. Here, let me try to get me zoomed in a little bit. No dogs in the room. So anyway, usually I have 3 dogs sitting around watching me work, but today they're out playing. We have great weather here. Hopefully you guys do too. Any ice in Omaha?
No.
Oh, okay.
Good. You guys usually get it more than I do, or in the city. All right. I'm going to mute everybody here. All right, that didn't work too well, did it? All right, here we go. So what we're going to do is in your chat box, try to find it. I'm glad to have you here. What I love is I'm going to shoot you a link here. It says it's a connect. You'll see in the link, it's a bit.ly. I love bit.ly. It always shrinks my long links so I can share it with people and they won't be intimidated, or I could post the link. Again, I use bit.ly. I will type it on here too. It's one of my favorite tools. bit.ly.com. It's a great URL shortener is what it is. But what I'm going to link to right now is, if you feel like it, you want to share your name or just maybe your company or your website, you will see I have this connect link. So find your chat box and then you'll see a Connect Nebraska webinar, and just give it a click if you want. It's kind of cool. That's why we love Google Docs or Google Sheets, because you can see people work on it live. I already see Monica, thank you so much, and Heidi's on the line. So we'll give one more minute to get people up and ready. Got looks like a lot of great folks online. Hey, Janelle's online too. Hi, Janelle.
Paige.
How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Good. Where are we today?
We're in our new office in Oxford, Nebraska. Can't wait to get you out here.
Can't wait to be there. Have you gotten your private plane yet, though?
No. Nope. No, but we do have a nice training center here. So we got you on the screen so we can have other people watch.
Oh my, thanks for telling me. Hi, everybody. I am Paige. I am a national trainer with Google, and we're going to help you get found today. So today is going to be a fun adventure. Hopefully you'll take away, or you will walk away with some great tips and cool tools from Google that will be free. So first we want to get started. It is 12:02. So I want to make sure I let Heidi and Janelle talk. So let me make sure, Heidi, you're on the line too, right? All right. Do you guys want to, Janelle or Heidi, do you guys want to do an introduction? You want me to just get started?
This is Janelle Paige.
Okay.
I'd like to do just a real quick introduction. Grow Nebraska is thrilled to be working with Google Grow Your Business. Paige is going to give us a lot of insight today, which is exciting. It's kind of a precursor to our upcoming Market Tech conference on March 15th in Kearney. If you have not registered, tomorrow is the early bird deadline, so I hope everyone will come, because we're actually bringing in one of Paige's, one of Paige's, I would say Google friends.
Yeah,
one of your Google friends, and we're actually going to be doing a hands-on class on how to get on page 1. It's important to all of us, so I hope that everybody will join us March 15th in Kearney. Take a look at our website, markettechconference.org.
Yeah, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to paste another link in here. It's for the handout, and I'm going to pull that up so everybody can jump on the handout. This is for you. Again, it's quite lengthy, but it has some helpful links. So hopefully you can see the handout on the screen. I just want to show you to go to Market Tech. Again, here's Grow Nebraska. So these are active links. You can go learn more about Grow Nebraska here. Just give it a click. So if you want to become a member, I'm going to tell you, if you want to get marketing, not only do they help you with that, they give you lessons, and they start with a strategy and kind of do a one-on-one. So we want to thank our sponsors, Grow Nebraska, and the Market Tech. If you want to jump on, it's on March 15th. And I'm going to, it's on March 15th, so you can see that down here. I'm going to pull it up for you. There is an early bird registration, so don't don't waste any time. It is on March 15th. It's in Kearney, Nebraska. And then if you go to registration, you will see the early bird special does save you money. So take a look at that and see if that's something you want to do. I'm going to miss it. It is so wonderful. It's very welcoming. There's tons, over 400 small businesses that you get to meet. They're going to have keynote speakers and breakout sessions to help you market online and hopefully motivate you to get inspired and for the 2018 new year. Okay, Heidi, did Heidi want to say anything? Are we moving on?
Oh, wonderful. Yep. So I was just muted. I did want to put in a plug page, not only for this amazing Marketech conference, which we are super excited about, and we hope to see you all there. Remember, spots are filling up fast, so the sooner you can register, the better. But Paige, I did want to put in a plug for your other sessions that you're going to be doing for us. So if you like this presentation that Paige is doing, she is also going to be presenting a couple more for us. One, let's see, in April and one in June. And you can register for those now on the Grow Nebraska website. I'm going to go ahead and put that link in the chat window for everyone.
Here, I can just do it. I have it here, hun. So if you want to, the next one we have is April 24th. Oh, go ahead and put it in. Put the link because it goes to your website. That's the better. Again, it's also at gottomarket.com/Nebraska, but just go to Grow Nebraska. They have it on their site. So the next two are how to measure online success. So we're going to talk about all the free tools that you can use to see what is your website doing for you, where should you spend your money, where you're wasting your time, what's really bringing, what assets and marketing campaigns are helping you build your presence and reach your goal online. The other one is sharing your story through video. We'll talk about why people are using video. It's so important now. It helps with your Google local search as well, and Google, and also video. People would rather watch a video than read the text. So it's really helping people, one, get more conversions, and two, it even helps you when you put video in a subject line for an email. It will get that open more, and as well as it helps your Google rankings when you have video. Just be sure, we'll talk about tips on how to get started, what tools, and of course, what would you even, what kind of video would you make for your business? So again, if you look in the chat box, I think Heidi's got the links for the Marketech conference, so March 15th, and also the Grow Nebraska webinar series. So did you all get to be able to, I'm going to unmute and see how this works. Did you all get to see your handout, hopefully, right?
Can you repost that page?
Yeah, sure. So the handout is, and I'll put all this on the handout so you guys will have it all in one place. So the other people we want to thank is Nebraska Development Center. We have one in Lincoln as well, and they're a sponsor. All the people that we're connecting you with, Yumita here, contact her if you're in the Lincoln area. She will help you as well with business coaching, and they also have workshops too. So very good you can use Grow, and you can use NBDC and get even more consulting, coaching, and success for your business. The other one we want to look at is the Omaha, Nebraska Development Center is right there too, in your backyard probably. So you can get help with the financing or writing business, business plans. Again, it's free consulting that they have, as well as training and workshops too. So what we're trying to do is connect you with people that are resources for you to help you grow your business online or off. REAP, we have Monica on the line here. And one thing that Monica has is the Women Conference. You'll see it April 11th. I'll pull up the flyer for you. Go ahead and type in the comment box. Can you all see the flyer? So these are all great people. REAP helps with training also as well. I'm going to let Monica tell you a little bit about what REAP does. I think she's.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We work with small businesses, mostly in rural Nebraska, providing training, technical assistance, and loan funds. And yes, our Women Entrepreneur Conference is coming up in Kearney on April 11th, and I think the link is there. You'll be hearing more about it. So just watch for details and hope to see you there. Thanks.
Thank you. And thank you for sponsoring. And we do have a lot of your clients online. So thank you so much for promoting as well. Okay, I'm going to put this link in here again. It's for the it's not for the website, it's for the handout. So again, if you want to click on the link, it will be sent to you as well. So this is the handout that shows you our sponsors, so you can go check out their events. Also, we have the Fremont Chamber, and we just want you to know that if you haven't met Tara, she is an energized bunny. I always think these folks can connect you to the right people and help your business grow. So be sure to check out Fremont Area Chamber. Tara's always doing something fun and exciting. Sometimes it's a beer garden, to sometimes it's learning how to work social media as well. So check them all out. And don't forget Market Tech again, March 15th. You just can click on the link to go register. And don't forget the Women Entrepreneur Conference with REAP and Women's Business Center. And that's, you can view the flyer or you can register here. I'll just go ahead and put those in there for you too. So here's the women's. That's not going to work. So I'm going to send it's all in the handout, so you won't go crazy with all these links. I'm Paige Cahill. We're going to get started here. I just want to say a big congratulations to our sponsors. And again, for helping small businesses in Omaha, in all Nebraska, rural and metro. So thank you for helping all our small businesses grow. Do we have anybody, if you want to, if you're one of the members of GROW or you've worked with SBDC, go ahead and put a little chat in there to give them a little kudos if you feel that they've been very helpful. I know, Heidi, you spend a lot of time on the road teaching and training, as well as all of you guys do. You should have your own plane. All right, the next thing that I'm going to do is pull up, there's a presentation, so you can afterwards take a look at the presentation. I do have it in a handout form. So all these links are active, ready to go. The other thing that I want to talk to in here as well, we have so many tutorials, but Google's tutorials are kind of hidden sometimes. So I just wanted to go over with you, there's a Google Digital Garage. You can learn about anything from coding to social media to, again, SEO. So you can go to those tutorials on your desktop or mobile. There is a mobile app if you're kind of bored and you just want to like a 5-minute quick little marketing demo. We go through Google Primer is just about basic marketing online. So great helpful tips and things that you might not have thought of before on how to market your business. And then if you're going to do any paid ads, we have an academy for ads. So you can go check out the tutorial there, how to do Google AdWords, and how to get your business in the right place at the right time for the right target market. And then we also have some other great online resources for you too. So this is all about tutorials to help you out. The one thing that most people go, oh my gosh, I didn't know it did that. I'm going to show you how to access all the Google tools. So I do have a list of Google tools for you, and we will be going over some of those as well. So you can view them just right here as a document or even online. So there's tons of great information, but before you can get to the Google tools, I do want to suggest that you make an account for your business. You probably have 6 different Gmail accounts now, but really you need to make one for your business account, because every time you make a Google account, you're not only getting the Google Suite, which is kind of the word processing, the sheets, the PowerPoint, it's kind of like a PowerPoint, actually slides is what it's called. And you can also have your YouTube channel. So a lot comes with the Google account when you create it. So do create one, not just for your personal, but also for your business. And a lot of people don't realize that is once you do that, you're going to access a whole new toolbox for yourself to use. If you notice here, again, you would log in at, account.google.com if you want, account.google.com. But another thing I use is a Chrome extension, which is called the single click sign in. Again, it's a Chrome extension that you can add on if you're using Chrome, of course. And that's really cool. Once you add on, you can have multiple ways to kind of get into your personal or your business, or maybe you're even managing other people's accounts. So again, just a great way. It's a Chrome extension. I'll put a link in the handout after this is over. So I will write that down. So I'm already into got to market. This is Paige. So if I come over here, check this out. Is it big enough for you? All right. So people don't realize that you can scroll down and you can move these around to the things that you think you're going to be using a lot. So one thing we're going to talk about today, yes, you do get email when you start your Google account. You get a calendar, you get YouTube, and you get a drive where you can store things in the cloud. And actually it makes things so much easier because wherever you are and that you have Wi-Fi or any internet connection, you can get to your files. You also have a My Business. We're going to talk about My Business. This is free. It's a free business listing for you. Yes, it does help you get found locally, and everyone should claim your My Business. And we'll talk about that. I'll even send you like a step-by-step guide on how to get started to claim your My Business listing. And of course, you can move things anywhere you want and scroll down and you'll see tons more tools that you can access. And again, what I did was you log in first, make sure you sign into your business account or create a business account. And then you just go over here where these little cards are, and these are all your Google apps, and you can move them around if you want. Any questions so far? Just chat them in the chat box. Sorry, I tried to unmute, but it kind of gets a little crazy. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into the presentation. And let's talk about how people are finding you online and what you can do to better your chances to get found. So one thing is local customers today are always, you know, we're instant. We want instant gratification. We're always searching for where to go, what to do, how to learn, and what to buy. So we want to make sure that you are providing a customer experience that will be user-friendly, because I'm going to tell you, if Google can't figure out who you are online, for example, you have what we call the digital footprint, and that could be you have social media channels that you've started, you have your website, you might have your YouTube. Again, try to be consistent throughout all your digital assets or digital channels like your social. Because again, Google has bots that will travel through and see if you have the same name listed. If they see an LLC here and then they see another name that's quite different than yours, they don't think that's part of you. If they're confused, then they don't show you in the search. So that even means that your website, if we're going to talk about tips about your website, there's called Google ranking, and I wish there was just a score sheet to give to you, but it changes all the time on what they're looking for. So we're going to go over some of those simple things that you might want to be aware of. If you don't do your website, at least you can make sure that your website follows suit, so you can get found locally and, what we say, increase your Google ranking. So the other thing is we're going to get found locally by using my Google My Business listing. And we might even have to create a webinar just to show you how to use it. It is so phenomenal. If you're using Google Plus today, don't waste your time anymore. Sorry. We are really moving all our focus to Google My Business listing, because you can post there, upload graphics. People can call you from that listing. They can check out your website. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. They can even text you to see if they can schedule an appointment. So again, that is called the Google My Business listing. The other thing we're going to talk about is how to optimize what you're doing online. Just like I said, having the same business name throughout all your digital presence or assets. So your social channels, your website, anywhere people connect with you, try to keep your name the same so we're not confused and we don't think you're bipolar, that we can figure out who you are and actually be able to remember how to get to you. So the other thing we're going to talk about is advertising. Now, we're not going to spend a lot of time on that. There is an advertising AdWords Academy, and I will tell you, I just did the fundamentals to see what it talked about. It's amazing what it shares with you. And we're going to talk about just why people advertise and what do you have to pay for, and is it really difficult, and where do you start? So we already talked about you need to get a Google account before you can grab all the free tools I'm going to talk to you about. So make sure you get that Google account started. Now, if you have any questions, I am looking in the chat box, so please ask, or you can unmute yourself. Let me make sure I'm gonna unmute. I'll allow participants to unmute themselves. So if you do have a question, go ahead and ask it, type it in the chat box. All right. So today, where do you guys search? Do you go to the yellow pages? Ha ha. Where's the first place you go? Well, hopefully he said, yeah, Google it. So we always Google. It's incredible that 58% of people that are searching with a mobile. So we want to make sure that you're focused on mobile. So we're going to talk about, is your website mobile responsive? So that's the number one thing to get your ranking better with Google. If it's not mobile responsive, the bots will go through and actually see what Google tries to do is only present the companies that provide a good experience, user experience for your prospective customers or your customers. So we're going to talk about some of those things that you can improve, but one of those is your website mobile responsive? So if somebody says it's mobile friendly, that's kind of like taking a sheet of paper and taking it to a copy machine and shrinking it to fit in that page. So you probably, I'm sure you've all jumped on one that was only mobile friendly and you still had to, grow it and squeeze it and move it all around. People are not going to do that. If they see it's that way and they can't get around and navigate, navigation is everything, they will jump off and go to the competitor. So make sure that your website is mobile responsive. That means it responds to any device that we're looking on your website, with your website. So if I'm on a tablet, on a mobile phone, or on a desktop or a laptop, the screen or my website will actually respond to the size of the device, the monitor or the screen. And look at this data here. 76% of people are picking up their phones and they're looking about businesses on locally around them. How do you guys look for businesses around you? You can type it in if you want. Some people said by zip code. Some people, if you're going for a restaurant, maybe near me or around me. People are looking at, they're actually typing more, and especially with our artificial intelligence, like our Google, I don't know if you guys can say, hey, Google, turn on the lights, or you have your Amazon Echo, it can do that too. So again, we're talking in phrases and we're getting more sophisticated on how we're searching. So we're going to talk about search phrases too and keywords. So how people are searching for you, you have to kind of guess and kind of figure out how or what they're looking for so you can make sure that your website is found, or your social media, as well as content. So again, keywords and key phrases. So some people are typing in best bakery and putting the zip code in there. Some people would put bakery around me. And believe it or not, those people that find local businesses near them will actually go there within an hour, not within an hour. It used to be a day, now it's an hour. And 80% are looking for the local businesses before they go. So it could be on your laptop. So we want to make sure that we get you online, and those businesses that are online will actually grow 40% faster. Now don't feel bad, only 58% of the United States small businesses do have websites. So we want to make sure that you get a website. That is one of the digital footprints. That's kind of like the heart of the whole of your company. So we want to make sure that they can get the information, connect with you, and first get found, of course. So if you have questions, Heidi says, I use near me all the time. Yeah, it's increased 146% from last year. So people go restaurant near me, or bakery near me, or dog grooming near me. And the other crazy thing is 1 out of 3 people will actually go visit the store that they find locally on their mobile or on their search. They might not even know about that store, but they found it locally, so that they don't care they don't care if they know the store or not. It's what's convenient to them and what had their product. Now we're going to talk about this. Your customers today, they have what we call micro moments. And so my micro moment, you'll see here, I have on the left, this is called Chico, and he won't gain weight, so he can slither out of anything, and all my neighbors were so concerned that he was going to get hurt. So I had to do something. I also have this really huge dog that runs around out there too as well, so we want to keep him in the fence. So I did search on, I Googled how to keep my dog in the fence, and this is called a puppy bumper. So my micro moment was, keep on letting my dog go out? Nope, I want to keep him in the fence. So every time he has to go out, he wears this puppy bumper. So I didn't want to buy it from Amazon because, of course, I wanted to buy it that minute. I needed to know what I wanted to buy. So I found it, and then I found a pet shop that actually had puppy bumpers. So, of course, I went there. I first searched locally on my mobile. And what do you guys look at first before you choose the place you go? What are some of the things that you look at before you choose that restaurant, or before you choose that car or that skillet you're going to cook with? Ah, yes, you're right. Reviews. And some people put down location. Very good. So location is always great. We want to be convenient. And we also love the reviews. People trust reviews more than they trust advertisements, even if they don't know the person. So think about people, your customers, and their micro moments. You want to be the aspirin to their headache. What can you fix? What can you help them with? How can you save them time? Why do they come to you in the first place? So it's not about your company, really. It's about how you can solve their issues. So again, poor Chico, he thinks that's a crown, actually. He thinks he's a pretty big deal. And I will tell you that his hunting has really, skills have gone down because he can be seen so far away with that puppy bumper. So there you go. But you didn't know they had such a thing. So near me searches, we're just going to talk about the customer search journey. Why? It's important for you. You already know how to search, but we need to explain to you how customers are finding you. So we know mobile is very important. We know your website should be mobile responsive, not friendly. And then we also know that a person at first, they have a micro moment. A time that they just need to, one, pick up the phone because maybe their son's sick, or they need to go buy a new car, or something they want to learn about, where they should go, buy, do, or what they need to learn about. The next thing they do is now type in keywords. Now you're going to find out that today people are typing in more than just one keyword. Like we said, near me. People are typing in keyword phrases. So the great thing about keyword phrases is you might just look for your industry or maybe a business nearby. I'm going to slide over here to show you what I mean. Whenever you type in, let's say bakery, notice that when I do that, it usually comes up with trends or topics, or in that industry, bakery near me, bakery Kansas City, bakery Overland Park. These are common searches that Google sees, so they autofill some suggestions for you. This is a great way to make a list of your keywords. So again, if you do event management, you might do event management in Nebraska. And again, it doesn't really have much to show, but another thing you can do is you can scroll down usually to the very end, and you can kind of see some other keywords, how people might search for you. So what I want you to do is make a list of keywords that make sense for how you might get found. Of course, your company name would be one keyword. It might be the best bakery in the zip code. You could put zip code, or the best bakery in, maybe you're in Omaha. It could be something that makes you stand apart. So we'll talk about your products and services. So make keywords for your product. So maybe you're a, termite. What do I want to say? You termite. I can't say it. So you killed termites. So again, think about keywords that makes you different, but how people may search for your business, service, or products. There is another thing that we'll talk about is Google AdWords. It is free, and they have something called a keyword tracker. So one thing I'll do after this one, I will link you up to the keyword. You have to go claim or get started with your keyword. Again, keyword AdWords, Google AdWords, and in there is a keyword tracker where you can type in any of what you think would be good keywords, and it will show you what the competitor's doing, or also it will show you good searches that get the best results. Sometimes you don't want to go with the most popular. Maybe it's gluten-free. Not everybody has a bakery that's gluten-free, so that's another great word. Anything that you can think out that makes you stand out, that might help you get in the right place to the right targeted market or people looking for that gluten-free. And there is something called SpyFu that you can look at too. It is, you can buy, but you can kind of play on it too. It shows you a little bit as well. You can enter your competitors. Let's say I used to work for a constant contact. So I'm going to go to MailChimp to see what the competitor might be doing. And it will show you everything about monthly searches, what they're searching on, top ad words that they're buying. So again, just kind of start with basics, your company name, your city, your zip code, and things that make you stand out, your services and products. What are you going to do with that? You start sprinkling those into your content, whether it's on your blog, on your website, on your social. But remember, you have to be writing for the customer. You don't want to sound like a robot where you just jimmy jam all these keywords in. So just sprinkle is what I'm saying, just so we can make it relevant for searches and for you to get found. So first, it's keyword that you want to look at. Would you find, and this is from Jacob, would you find value in answer the public for keyword? Would you find value in answer the public website for the keyword support? Oh, is that a new tool I'm thinking, Jacob? Because I don't know. Answer the public. Answer the public. Is that, I'm hoping that's what you're telling me to do.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go. Cool.
All right. Yeah, Answer the Public's pretty phenomenal. It uses the keywords that are utilized in the dropdown from Google, and it builds a matrices. So I just typed in for my company pet food to search. And then when you scroll down, it'll give you the wills, the cans, the wheres, the which, the who's, the what's. And it breaks it down by what people are actually typing in.
I don't think I have the right one, do I?
You do. You do.
Oh,
It's a really awkward looking website.
So go to learn or no? I type right here.
Yeah, you'll type right there.
Okay.
Or ask the seeker.
Dog groomer, okay.
And then what will happen, so it'll say 0 questions, give it a second to load. And then every single one of those is an active link.
Oh, wow. How to dog groom, awesome.
So, and these are all being pulled from the drop downs of when someone types in something in Google.
So I'm going to put this link in the chat box, or you could do it if you wanted to here. So this is a great one. Jacob has told us about answerthepublic.com. It is quite a unique little website, I would say. But thank you for the tip. I love it. Thanks, Jacob. What is your business?
I work for Midwest Laboratories.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thanks for the tip. I'm going to tell you guys, we don't all know everything, and so that's why I love little cool tools that I can share with others. So we talked about keywords. We talked about some areas to look at, and thanks for Jacob. Again, I put the link in there that he had brought up, answerthepublic.com. And then what we're going to talk about is what we call SERP, which is the search engine result page. It's the page that finds the relevant searches for what the person, their keywords or their phrase that they looked for. So our principle or goal today is to show how you can get found, you could get found in the ads, but also get found organically. So what we want to do, and remember, you want to focus your website, and your website should be easy to read, not tons of fonts, not tons of graphics, but just easy for people to process, navigate, and also be sure to let them know what you want them to do. I always say everybody forgets a call to action, so make sure that you have a button or a call to action if you want them to register or to buy. Just make sure they see it. I always say big, bold, and above the scroll. So if they have to scroll way down at the bottom of your website, I'm going to tell you, just move that button up. That's where your money, you want the money button at the top. So whatever makes you money, whether it's having people sign up to be members or to join Grow Nebraska or to come to our March 15th Market Tech, again, make that big, bold, and above the scroll. Tell people what you want. All right, so we kind of went through the customer journey. We talked about keywords, and now we're going to talk about a tool that will help you get started. It's called the Google My Business. I do have on the handout links that you can kind of learn more about Google My Business, how to get started. This is free, costs you nothing. I've always said, wouldn't it be great if Google would just give you a free website? They should do that, shouldn't they? Well, you know what? They do, and it's called Google My Business. It's a business listing for you. But let's talk a little bit here. Let me see if I can grab. My drawing is not the best, but let's just go ahead and here, I'll do this. So if you look up here, shop, so these images are Yes, my name is Paige Cahill, in case you forgot. Now, these images here that I'm pointing to, those are called shop ads, and those are another thing that you can do with Google AdWords, the paid advertising. So people that want to display their products, they can do that with the, again, merchant, and we call these, again, shop ads. The other ads that you'll see, so this is called the search engine result page. It's where we show the results. So when somebody types in, we're looking for 3 things. Google looks for, it has bots that go out to find out those people that is relevant to the search query, which is the top up here. So whatever they typed in the search query, is it relevant? So they find any company that is relevant to the search or the keyword or the phrase. And then they'll look at location. Where is the person searching from? So if the location is only 5 miles or 1 mile, they're going to show that in the organic search. So that's why we want to make sure you're on Google My Business. So when people are searching locally, they can find you, call you, go to your website, see your hours. So that's why that is important for us to get the Google My Business free business listing. So the other thing that they look for, so how far you are, so they're looking at the person that's searching, their location, and any businesses that are around them. And of course, since Google owns Google My Business, they're going to look at those listings. The next thing they're going to do is, have you ever noticed that sometimes on the search results, on the organic, it may show somebody's business that's 10 miles away, and then your business was only 5 miles, but theirs showed above yours. And that could be something due to the Google rankings. Again, it could be because they have more reviews than you, or it could be because they're more prominent, is what we call. Prominent, bigger store, bigger brand. Maybe they have more bigger digital footprint. Maybe they're very active on social with a lot of videos, and there's a lot of people that are always going to their website. So again, those are it's called prominence. So they look at 3 things: finding businesses that are relevant to the search, which is your keywords or phrase. Second one is finding the businesses that are location closest to that person who's searching. And third, those that are prominent, one, that have a good website, that have a Google My Business listing, that is close by, that has a description that has, those keywords sprinkled into it. So again, it will look for those 3 things. So this is another ad. This is a Google ad, AdWords. It could be Google Ad Express. It's just a text-based ad. So we had a shopping ad, and now we have text-based. And then down here is our organic. So the next part to get you organically seen locally and connect with more prospects is this over here. And this is what we call the Google My Business listing. So you can add map. So we have directions. So all you do is add the address. So when you fill out your Google My Business listing, we ask you things, and then we create this stuff. Google will create the Google Maps for you and directions. You can post all kinds of pictures. So maybe you're outside of your building or your staff or the event or your products or a customer. So again, you can post pictures. And the more you update this, the Google gets happier. So Google will show you, because it says, they uploaded a picture, and you can do this with your phone. So look on your either your iPhone or your Android, and look underneath for your app store. Go to look for Google My Business and download that. It makes things a lot easier for you to manage. You can post from Google My Business. You can upload pictures if you're out at an event. And again, the more you update it, the more Google knows that you are in business, and the more it will show you locally too. So your chances are better. What do I do if the address is not correct on the map, but correct in the address line? You can actually move the map icon. So do me a favor, go ahead and email me like your business name and all, and I'll send you a link. So if you have questions, and I'm not going to take the time right now to help you do it, but if you do have questions, I'm going to put my email here. It's paige@gottomarket.com. So again, I think it's Shayla. What a beautiful name. I hope I didn't butcher it. So Shayla, please go ahead and enter your Gmail email. So for your business that you're talking about, and then also your business name. and your website, and then that way I can help you get started. Okay, so go ahead and send me an email. So over here, you'll notice that you'll enter in the form your website, so people can click and go right to your website. They can click on the directions. They can also, you can manage and you can respond to your Google reviews, which is very important these days. Again, the more reviews you get, the more you're going to get seen, because Google thinks that people do, you provide them a good service. You're more prominent. And then again, they can also click the call button. The great thing about all of this is not only does it help you get seen, but you can also post like your events and have people register. So what I'll do is show you, I'm going to send you a little video that shows you like how to post on here and give you some ideas of why that's important. So that's why I suggest you to get the the mobile app for Google My Business. So you can actually change post, you can add pictures, and you can always change your description. Now notice here, again, this is where it's called description. You will pick a category that's closest to your business that helps get found. So when you're creating your Google My Business listing, it will have a category. You can't choose, you can't type one in, you actually have to choose from their list. So Google will kind of be able to know, okay, what you do. And then the description is where you can sprinkle in, don't stuff it, but sprinkle in with keywords that people might search for you. Like event marketing in the Omaha area, best, you know, whatever you think they might look for. Okay? Any questions so far? So what's everybody gonna get? Google My Business, right? And where do you go get it at? You'll go to gybo.com/business, and I will send you a little video to take you step by step. And I will send you a handout as well. I think actually on your, and I'll make sure that you guys all have this link. On your handout, boom, I'm gonna put that link in there again. This is the handout link. Handout link. Oops, might be good if I put the link there. There you go. If you click on that again, that will take you and you'll see Google My Business, and I have lots of links on what it is, how to get started, and even I even have a sheet for you step by step. All right, so let's move on. Let me move on to. Okay, and the great thing about Google My Business is it is mobile responsive. So it displays, it's one place that you can change all your critical or all your important information in one spot, either with the mobile app or on your desktop. You can log in, you have to log into your Google account to go manage it as well. But again, it's called Google My Business and it shows up on all devices because it's mobile responsive. And it just tells you all the things that you can do. Make sure you add your holiday hours, add photos. You can even do a 360 virtual tour. You might see that on others. And what they did was called a trusted photographer. And again, you can Google how to contact a Google local trusted photographer, or just put Google trusted photographer, and it will show you how and show you who might be around you that can come out and actually do a virtual tour. Do I know how much it is? It kind of depends. It's again, they're all nationwide, so it depends on, you know, states and what they're charging in that area. So you can see this is what a Google My Business looks like on your mobile, and then we saw what it looked like as well on like a desktop, and that's on our search engine result page. So you get a huge footprint there when you have your Google My Business listing. Free website for you to use to communicate and accept and manage your reviews. So it's also sharing with you still things that you can do. You can share posts. So here they're putting a special on, and you could actually add a button where they can click and go buy that product. So this is really something that's changed and pretty new, as well as messaging. I would probably go get a Google Voice and get me a phone number, and then you could use that phone number, but nobody sees phone numbers, but they can text you and ask you questions or how to buy something or set up an appointment. And then of course, reviews. So those are things that have been added on, hopefully, so you can connect and engage with your customers. If you go to Oklahoma, I'm going to tell you, you got to go to Pie Junkie. Yummy. I should have put an Omaha one in here. Darn it. Does anybody, again, if you want, there is I said connect online. I gave you a link so you guys could actually connect with each other. I'm looking for it now, and it's a connect link. You'll see it here. If you want to go ahead and type in your website or your name so other people can see what you do, so maybe you can connect later. So I'm going to put that in there. So if you click on this link, oh, no worries. Okay. Hold on. It thinks I'm doing it privately. Darn it. Just a second. Okay, here we go. Sorry. There we go. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is how to be found everywhere. And this is going to help your Google ranking as well. So hopefully when you've discussed, when you planned your website, anything you do, whether you post, send an email, post on your social or on your website, you have to have a goal, what you want people to do or know about you. The next thing you have to do is make sure that you have, again, relevant words and helpful information that would be valuable for that prospective customer. And the next thing is we're going to talk about, there's also a way to measure your success. You could be working really hard on your website, but there's some tools that you can use to actually see if it's successful for you, what customers are doing when they get to your website. So the number one thing that you'll see on search engine optimization, and I'm going to actually pull up my handout because I think that I cover it pretty good here. It's pretty descriptive, so I'm going to bring it over, not close it. There we go. Hopefully you guys have it. Were you able to, was anybody, usually I can see tons of people in it. So were you able to get into the handout? Anyone?
Hey, Paige. So not all of your links have been coming through for me. So if you could resend the link to the handout, that'd be super helpful.
Awesome. That's what I need to hear. I love you, Heidi. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to send it here. Let me know. I'm trying to think how else I can give it to you.
That one worked.
Awesome. I see a lot of people on the Connect. Now, see, isn't that great? This is what I love Google Docs. So if you have a virtual team or you just have a team, even in an office, I use Google Docs all the time because let's say I sent the flyer out to you, like my notes right now. If I decided I wanted to add stuff to it, you can still link to my notes, but I can update it as much as I want. So if I sent something to you with the wrong date, it's not like Word, unfortunately, where you have to go change it in Word, save it as a PDF, or go get the document that you just changed and send it out. So it's automatically showing everybody what we're doing live. A great collaboration tool. And again, that's one of those things you get with Google when you get an account is Google Docs. All right, so as I come down here, the next thing we're talking about is, again, we talked about Google My Business. You come down here, organization. Watch out for too many pictures, too much text, and don't do tons of different fonts. So right now I'm in this area here. What Google will do, again, it's going to see if you're first mobile responsive. The next thing it's going to check out is navigation. Is it easy for a mobile person or a desktop person to find out and navigate easily? So again, anymore, you got to think about shortening your menu text so it's easy to see and it will be more mobile friendly. The other thing you might want to do is ask a friend to look at your website to see if they can tell you what you do, who you might help, and what you want them to do. So just have another eyeball or a family member or friend look at your website and see it within 5 seconds if they can tell what you do and what you want that customer to do. So remember what I said, it has to have a call to action, whether it's joining your email list, connecting with you on social, registering, or buying a product. Again, we want to make it easy and simple for people to find what you want them to do. If you miss the call to action, you just wasted your money. The other thing we find that when you're using mobile, I don't know if you've realized, but at the bottom there's a sitemap, and you can actually, I bet Grow has one. Let me just see. So Grow, Nebraska. So when you're on a mobile, sometimes when you go down here, there's usually, they have kind of a sitemap, so home, join, and shop. A lot of people go down here to try to find something quickly. That's called a sitemap, so that's very beneficial and helpful. And Google does, again, that's kind of a yay, good for you, and they give you kind of a better score. The other thing that's helpful too as well is, again, their menus are really clear. It's clean, it's easy to follow. You can tell what they do. The other thing sometimes that's helpful is adding a search on a search bar, so people can type in, maybe I just want to find the staff, or maybe I just want to, I just don't have time to look, but at least I can click in the search bar and find what I want. So adding search feature on your website is also good. Content. We talked about keywords. I don't want you to keyword stuff, but I do want you to pepper up your content. Again, the one thing that we say is in your headings, you want to have your headings very descriptive. So heading 1 might say gluten-free bakery. So on the next page, you might have best Danishes in Overland Park. Again, what you're trying to do is you're trying to use keywords, so when people search for you, Google will find that relevant information in your content or on your website. It will look through your menus, it will look through your, again, sitemap, and it will also look through your headings and your content on there. So just kind of pepper in some of the keywords once you've done your your homework for your keywords. We always say having a blog is awesome because when you update information, Google gobbles on fresh content. And so it is very true. Blogging helps. Not all of us have the time, but updating again, with pictures, just letting Google know that you're still in business and you still care and you're still posting great information or helping customers. The biggest factor I find for me as a consumer is if I go with my phone to someone's website or even on my laptop, I think the most frustrating thing is the speed. How long does it take to load? And I thought this was interesting. Amazon found that if their pages were too slow, by just a second slow, they'd lose $1.6 billion a year. So I'm just going to tell you, it's called the 3-second rule. If your website does not load in 3 seconds, is that about how long you wait? Do you give up within 3 seconds or do you give it a little longer? So again, that's what you want to think about, is how fast does it load? And some of the things you can do is, we're going to talk about, is your graphics. What you put on your website can affect your speed. I know that sometimes it depends on the website connectivity, maybe the device. But again, we want to make sure that you perfect the things that you can to make sure it has a good user experience. So that's another thing that the bots look at, is how fast the website loads. And again, it's all about the user experience, because we know that in 3 seconds, people will go to the competitor or just won't try it. There's a test called Test My Site. Think with Google. I'll just put it in there, but it is in your handout too. But you can go to the site and actually it will determine or share with you, it's called Test My Site. I just put the link there. You can put your URL in there and it will process it and kind of score you on how your site is for mobile. Okay, so tons of great information hopefully for you. Again, the one that a lot of people kind of don't think about is the graphics. So every graphic you load, graphics can be very huge. So again, we want you to optimize your pictures and make sure you get the best format. JPEG is the file format that is the one that that most website folks use, online marketing use. GIFs are better for, again, you'll see they're kind of like miniature videos, or they're good for just not for large images, very, very tiny images like icons or thumbnails. But most of the time we go with JPEG because it's a good quality and guess what? A smaller graphic size. Ping is the lowest, and you want to try to keep it under like kilobytes. So if you could do 70 kilobytes or 80 anything that's under 1,000 kilobytes, that's too much, and it will slow down your speed on your website. So you're loading the way your website loads. The other thing that you can do is before you probably know that a lot of graphics are already named, whether you've taken pictures on your camera. So before you upload them, name them again with a keyword or some kind of description. Because believe it or not, people do search on images. So they do search on, have you ever searched for your business or your name and then went to the images? And it is amazing what does pop up, so don't get scared. But again, what you're gonna do is name it, so don't have it have a bunch of numbers, but name it before you upload it, and then also your blog or your WordPress or your WordPress or whatever software you're using for your website. You can also change the name and on the alt tag. So again, that helps with optimizing the experience and helping Google find your information to see if it's relevant to the search. So again, size matters. You want it smaller. And the two tools I love to use, and if you guys have another one, let me know. I use PicMonkey. It's free. And so it's pretty easy to edit a photo, or just, let's go in there. I've seen my face too much today, so we'll just hide that. But you can crop, you can rotate. If you pay more, you can actually whiten your teeth. You can remove wrinkles. You can, so many things that you can do if you do pay, but there's so many things free. So one thing I like to do is you can just actually go size it. So why am I resize right down here. So resize, and you can also, once you size it down smaller here, so of course I wouldn't want to do that, but let's say I sized it smaller, then I can also save it. Nope, I don't want to save it that way. They've changed this a little bit. I can export it and I can save it as the file that I want. So again, you can export it as a PNG, a JPEG, so it will be optimized for your website experience before you upload it. And don't forget to name it. Remember, you want something descriptive on there. The other one I use is Canva. And Canva, I love it, especially if you're doing social media posts or anything. It has banners. You can choose what you want. And then you can just plug in your logos as well. You can create all kinds of things in Canva, but you can also use it to optimize your size or your file format for your graphics. All right, if you want and you just can't go to sleep at night, I would say you can read our Webmaster Basic SEO Guide. So I'm going to put the link in there. This is SEO Guide for You. So it tells you all the different things that you can do to help your ranking, to help get found, to help optimize your website for a good user experience. So the SEO Guide. And it's really good if you can't fall asleep. You might start reading that. I just read it little bits at a time. All right, it's almost 1 o'clock, isn't it? So I want to see, we're going to scroll down probably. Let's jump back into. So we've talked about some optimizations that you can do for your website. And just again, don't forget mobile. If you have a form on your website, don't ask tons of questions. And if possible, ask fewer questions and even turn on the autofill option so people don't have to type as much. So we want to make sure it's, you know, think about thumbs and fingers and pushing links and navigation. So, and we talked about test my site to make sure that, go ahead and see what score you get for your website. You just paste in your URL and it will tell you what it feels, if it's a good experience, bad experience, for someone with a mobile to come see you. Another free tool is called the Google Search Console. Again, it's free. Why would you use it? Again, once you have an account, and I have the steps, you would go into google.com webmaster. You only have to initialize it or tell it your website once, and then from there on you can use it to, one, see what other websites are linking to you. So maybe you're a member of Grow Nebraska and or REAP or NBDC if they have a directory of their clients. So if they have a directory and it points to your website, that's a good link. So having links from like a chamber or links from or an organization that might be referring your services, those are called links that are good, and that helps you be more prominent and rank better. You don't want to go try to buy links and go, you know, get as many links as you can, but just creating a business listing like we did for Google My Business, that's a link that points to your website. So when you're doing social and you might say, you know, here's a sale for you, check out our new products. And when you have a link in your social, that's a link that's going to your website. Now you don't want to overdo it again, because we don't like, it's kind of like stuffing with keywords. But again, when people link to your website, maybe it's because you're in their directory or as a referral or resource, that helps you as well. So Google Search Console, you go to google.com/webmasters. You'll put your URL in there. You have to have an account, so your Google business account. Also, what it can do is it can help you see how other people, how Google sees your website, as well as everybody else can see your website. Sometimes you'll notice that there's things that it didn't pick up. You might have changed your website and it didn't pick up a certain page or content. You can use Google Search Console to have Google fetch it, is what it's called, so that it will go out there and it will scan, the bots will scan it, and it will bring it, so now it will be found on the Google search. So, or you can remove items that you don't want that might be that's still on Google. So you can go to Google search and you can have it hide a page or hide content. All right, this is so different than when I talk it live, that's for sure. I'm not gonna take a lot of time here because it is 1 o'clock. So go ahead, go ahead and you can go through. I will say this is a really cool tool, Google Trends. I found out that yesterday the biggest search was pancake, so IHOP, because it was free pancake day. Or so again, you can go to Google Trends to see what is trending, what people are what are they searching for. It might be something that might affect fashion or your industry, like dog products. So again, check it out, google.com trends. All right, we're going to open up for questions. These are just other things that you can do to get out there to make sure that you have a good digital footprint, social, email, and then the last part is the online advertising. The only thing I want to say about this is you can get started. It's called Google AdWords, but you don't pay until somebody clicks. So that's why we call it pay per click. You only pay when people click on it. So we'll they'll talk about cost per click or maybe pay per click. So again, to get started on AdWords, what you can do, there's an AdWords Express, which you just set up your ad and we do the rest. So you can go to gybo.com, AdWords Express. And I also have the help numbers there for you too. So that will help you get found in the right place with the right people, with the right search. So you can actually find out what really works and doesn't too. You do have to pay for that tool though.
Yeah. Paige, could you talk a little bit about that pay-per-click? What should small business owners kind of be prepared for when they're going into that? I know a lot of people aren't sure how much they should be paying per click.
Yeah, what I can do is kind of, because that's it's kind of a scenario of what market and industry you are, and, versus your competitors and your goals. And, do you just want impressions, or do you actually want people to, convert? There's so many different options that, maybe you want them to call. So Google AdWords Express doesn't let you do a lot. It's a very simple text ad, but the Google AdWords allows you to do an extension called call. So it can track how many people clicked on the call button, how much you spent for that click. So really, I will give you kind of best practices. I can link you up to a best practice article, but that's kind of like a one-on-one setting depending on the business, what their goal is, as well as, and to narrow it's always best to narrow your Google AdWords to a certain demographic, whether it's zip code or gender or age or keywords that you want them to type in. So yeah, and the other thing that can show you what to kind of clarify on the Google AdWords, another one that I didn't talk about is Google Analytics, and that's a really great one too as well that can help you strategize about your Google AdWords. Google Analytics, I don't have it, oh, there it is. It's free for you to use. I love it. Again, you have to have an account, a Google account, and you just go to google.com analytics. You'll drop in your website, and it will keep track of how people are finding your website, how long they're staying on your website, what device they're using, where they're at, what zip code, what gender they are, what page are they clicking on or staying longer, or did they abandon your e-commerce cart? So I didn't really answer your question, Heidi, about how much to spend on Google AdWords. I hope you understand. It's kind of like saying, can you paint my house? And then you go, sure. And I go, well, how much is it going to be? Well, I first have to find out what your house is and what you need, right? So
yep. Perfect.
All right. Any other questions at all? Lots of information. Mine, again, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. Please don't forget, NBDC has great information for you and mentoring. Grow Nebraska, don't miss the event on March 15th. The link is at the very top of our handout, so you can click on Market Tech and get registered for the early bird. You're saving how much, Heidi, if they do it early? Is it like 50 or 100?
$50. You can save $50. And like, let me tell you, this conference anywhere else would cost you hundreds to go to. But for right now, you can get it for under $200 and you can save an extra 50 if you register now.
And I'll tell you, I've been there 2 or 3 times. I love it. I connect with so many small businesses. I get so much out of the keynote speakers. They have booths for people that can really help you grow, whether you need online marketing or maybe somebody to help you with social or help you with swag. They have everything in one place. So do check it out. Market Tech, March 15th with Grow Nebraska. And then also check out the Women's Conference in April. All right, everybody. Again, I'm at Paige at gottomarket.com. So if you have questions or need some help, I won't remember, but you can put in the line, say help if you want, or so I can see what I can do to give you resources. And then Heidi, I'll give you information just on what would a basic, it's kind of hard to say how much to spend at first, but you kind of wanted, my question was basic, like how much to start with on Google AdWords. Is that what you were asking?
Yeah, so I get that question a lot from members.
Yeah, budget. All right.
Hey, Paige, this is Janelle. If they're not signed up for the Grow Nebraska newsletter, I wish they'd go to our website and sign up for it, since you'll be doing 2 more of these webinars. And obviously today was awesome, but if they sign up for our newsletter, they'll be on our mailing list and won't miss out on the 2 opportunities from your trainings that are coming up.
Where is I'm looking for the sign up for the email, and I was going to drop the link in there. Where is that? Contact? No.
Newsletter.
Oh, does it say newsletter and I'm silly?
If you scroll down, it's right below there, right there.
Right there. Okay. Yeah, so just go to Grow Nebraska here. I'll paste that in there too. If any other, I know that Umita was on the line for NBDC too. So if you have anything to share, please let me know. I'm going to put the Grow Nebraska link in. Anybody else have anything to share before we go? So don't forget to get your Google My Business listing. I will again send you the presentation link. I think it's already there on the handout. So you have everything you need, but we'll do a follow-up email and also link you up to the upcoming webinars. And again, the next one is going to be how to measure your online success. So we'll talk about Google Analytics and some other tips to help you find out what's really helping you online and what's hurting you. Anything else?
No. Thank you so much, Paige. This was a ton of amazing information.
It's so hard. I don't get to see faces, but okay, very good. So I might have kind of went a little fast, but hopefully you all walked away with something. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Paige.
Thank you to our sponsors. Bye, everyone. Oh, I love it, Umita. Thank you for putting that down. You might want to put your email in there, Umita, so if at NBDC, if they want to connect with you. Fantastic. And is there anything, Umita, that maybe there's an upcoming event or something that you'd want to promote? Just post it in there and then I'll put it on the follow-up. Yes, somebody asked, do they get to get the recording of the webinar? And sure, we will be sending that out as well. So the recording will be coming your way. Thanks, Joy, for the, she said she learns tons. Great. Miss seeing you, Joy. Okay, and Heidi did, yeah, she recorded it as well. So it'll probably be on their website. We'll send out an email follow-up after this, probably in a couple of days. All right, everybody, take care. Thank you.